beautiful day. The snow is starting to melt and we are heading over to Heritage Hill Farms to my friend Amy's place. We're going to check out her farm layout, kind of get some tips from her, learn a little bit about her soap and lotion and salve business, and I think she's going to be doing a giveaway, so let's go check it out.
This one's my favorite.
I'll try. Give it to me.
I think you're her favorite too.
Oh my goodness. Oh, you are so sweet. I just love goats.
This one wants to be petted.
Is that a girl milk cow?
Yeah,
She's a milk cow.
You got it?
Good. There you go.
Good.
I'm with my friend Amy here at Heritage Hill Farm, and I got some baby goats. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. So these guys are what, about a week old?
They are. They're a week old today.
And these are your dairy goats?
They are. They're Nubian dairy goats, and these are 2 does. And they will probably stay here.
We had to put the babies back. Mama was calling for them. But I have a bunch of questions for Amy. So the first one is where did you come up with the name Heritage Hills?
Heritage Hills actually came from 2 Bible verses, and I felt like it was given to me, the name.
How many acres do you have, and what kind of animals?
We have a little over 16 acres, and we have cows, we have goats, we have chickens, pigs. We have 1 duck that needs a mate. I think that's about it.
Hey!
So you have guineas.
We have guineas. I forgot guineas. That's right.
So what is do all the animals have a purpose, or some of them pets, or like why did you choose what you chose?
We chose cows because I always followed my grandma around, and she actually milked cows when I was small, and she sold milk years ago. I guess I got my farming really from her, and I always loved to be on a farm. But we got the cows. We're hoping we raised her by hand. We can milk her. I'm wanting to do some butters and cheeses. I've done some cheese with the goat's milk, but I've never done cheese with her milk, but that's a goal. We have chickens for eggs. We've used some for meat. We actually have our goats for the milk, and with the goat's milk I make handmade goat's milk soap and lotions, and we do some herbal salves. Trying to think if I forgot anything. The pigs are just pets. They're Greg's pets, but
Greg's your husband?
Yes, Greg's my husband. And the duck's just a pet, but I guess that's about all we have. We do have guineas. They're very loud.
And they're for ticks, right?
Yes, they're for ticks, snakes. They run back snakes and they eat ticks, yes.
All right, Amy, so I've been talking to you for a while now, and you know that I'm just getting started on my homestead, and some of the things that I'm looking into are cows and pigs, and I already have chickens. I'm gonna get some ducks, and I'm probably gonna get some guineas after talking to you, because we have the tick and the snake problem too, in particular with copperheads and rattlesnakes, which are like my biggest fear. I don't like snakes at all. But right now I'm in the process of laying out the homestead. Do you have any tips or anything that you would impart about how to lay it out?
I would lay it out where you can actually divide off your pasture. But when we first moved here, we were in such a hurry. we started with a little bit and added on. I wished we would have done things different. So plan, be sure before you actually do your pasture how you want it. We wished that we would have done a big perimeter and then divided it off. We actually started with little areas and then tried to make it bigger, which we have a lot of problems and still need to work on fence because of it. So I would say plan, and I would say be sure to do your big perimeter and do it like you really want it to start with. He probably stinks.
Yeah.
Cow.
Chewing on all the little bits.
Well, I'm trying to film it. I
You gotta get that.
got this deal.
Why you're having problems filming right now?
He has an itchy head, apparently. You're a friendly cow. What's your deal?
She's one of our bottle babies.
Bottle baby?
This is Rusty. He is our buck, and he is one of our bottle babies, which you can tell he was a bottle baby too. So when you bottle feed, you have a bunch of big babies even when they're grown.
He's chewing on all my little bits. Perimeter fencing and breaking it up into pastures. Oh my goodness.
No, Rusty.
Oh, chew on my shirt. All right. What else? Barn. I wanted to ask about a barn. What would be your recommendations for a barn? Because I don't really have one planned out yet. Especially if I'm going to be milking cows and whatnot, and having chickens and all that kind of stuff. So,
We built our barn, I guess it's been about 5 years ago. And when we started, we were all gung-ho. We got a lot done, but we've never finished it. And I actually wanted a milking stall, and I have my goat milking stands in part of it, but I don't really have it set up properly for the cows. But like, when I'm milking the cows, we just put a halter on her and a lead rope, and we just tie her to a post and give her feed. And ours is petty enough that we can do that. All cows wouldn't be that petty, but ours are.
because they're bottle fed.
They're bottle raised, yes, hand raised. And then the goats, like I said, we put them on the milking stand. My husband and one of our friends actually built our barn, and we just used the rough cut timber, and they just built it a little bit along. But you definitely need a good barn before you start getting your animals, or shelter. You definitely need your shelter. Especially as cold as it's been the last while.
Would you recommend, like, do all animals need like separate stalls? Do we need to do just one communal stall, or would you recommend having a couple separate ones for like calves and babies, and then doing a couple big stalls, or open barn, closed barn?
I like different stalls for the reason you saw a while ago. We have babies. When our babies are first born, I don't want them out with all the other animals. I'm afraid the cows will step on the baby goats. So we usually keep our baby goats up a week or two with their mamas and then turn them out. But like here lately, it's been so cold, we've kept the one up over a week, but the reason is because of the cold. I like a big open where they can, it's big enough for the cows to get in when we have snow, freezing when it's real cold. You want to make sure you have an area they can be dry in, but you do want your divided stalls, because especially if you're going to have, or if you want to raise bottle calves, we divided them out because it's hard to bottle feed more than a couple unless you have help. I could do 2 at a time probably, but at one time we did 9. And when we did 9, there's no way you can have them all in one stall and try to feed them.
All right, so this is Willow, and Willow is your livestock guardian dog, right?
Yes.
And she's a Great Pyrenees. And what is her purpose on the farm?
She actually is our guard dog. She has run of the farm. She actually heads off our predators. She runs off or kills possums, raccoons, skunks, foxes. We had trouble with all of that before we got her, And since we've had her, we've not had any problems. The only time we've ever had anything happen to our chickens since we've got her is when she was put up for some reason. And we normally don't put her up.
So she has full reign to go wherever she wants, anywhere on the farm. She's not fenced in or anything?
No, she has full run of the farm, and if you notice, she makes a lap, and she has paths around the perimeter of the fences.
So she patrols.
She does patrol.
Now you were talking to me about possibly breeding her, and we were thinking of actually getting a pup from you. Some of the problems we have are the same thing. We have possums and raccoons and coyotes and all that kind of stuff. You and I have discussed, you think it's probably a good idea to have a livestock guardian dog, especially with the kind of animals we're thinking of getting. So you guys might be seeing a Willow pup sometime in the future. Let's talk about other kinds of predator controls. Now, fencing. You guys have part of your fence electrified?
We do. We have woven wire and we have electricity on top. And the reason we went with that is because when we got here, some woven wire was already here. And then we just added 2, which we need to work on fence a lot. But that's what we went with the whole time.
And we were thinking of doing, because we have a pretty big area that we want to put in. We were thinking of doing the 5-wire fence. What are your thoughts on doing 5-wire?
I think 5-wire's good. The only concern I would have is if your grass gets too tall, you really got to make sure that your grass don't ground it out. That's the only thing, because if you get one piece or big enough to ground it out, your whole fence is grounded.
And that would work for the cows and stuff, but obviously not for goats. So you need to have the woven wire for the goats.
I've saw goats in 5-strand, but I've saw goats out of 5-strand. So.
All right, so we're gonna head up to Amy's house here in a minute, talk a little bit about her business, which is goat milk soap and lotion and salves. And her house is actually really cool because it's an 1800s
1900s. It started out, part of it was 1800s cabin, and then the front was built on in the 1900s, and then we built some on to the back 10 years ago, 12 years ago. So we've got a little bit of
all the different centuries. We're gonna head up to her house and go talk about some soaps. So one of the things that you do here at Heritage Hills is you have your own business where you make your own goat milk soap and goat milk lotion and your own salves. Tell us a little bit about that.
We do have goat's milk soaps. The base is all made the same. Everything's handmade here. We use our own fresh goat's milk. I do essential oils and we do fragrance oils. Either or. Some people like just essential oils, but then I have other people that ask just for the fragrance oils. So we have both. We even do an unscented because I have a lot of people that cannot handle any scent. We also have a milk and honey that is unscented, but it smells wonderful, but it actually smells just like the oatmeal and the honey. We do goat's milk lotion, and we have an 8 ounce and then like a 2.5 ounce. It's a pocketbook size. Our goat's milk lotion has almond oil, avocado oil, and shea butter. We do have to use the preservative in it, and I don't like to use the preservative, but it is formaldehyde free. But you have to because of the milk. I mean, there's no way or it would go bad. Our herbal salves, right now we do 4 herbal salves, and we either pick our own herbs wild or we try to grow them. The ones we grow is comfrey and calendula. Comfrey and calendula is good for rashes. It's also good for cracked feet, hands. I have a lot of men from the lumberyard buys this, where their hands bust in the wintertime. It's real healing. Then we do a plantain salve, and it is from a wild herb. And what it actually does, it's for good for bee stings, spider bites. It's more of a drawing
Drawing salve?
Yes, I've been out working in the barn, be filthy, hammering, busted a finger one time, and just come in and washed it. And I actually just put the herb on my hand, taped it up with duct tape, and I thought, well, it'll be infected because of how nasty I was. Never got infected. So it's really good for stuff like that. But I do say, either one of these salves, never put it on a deep wound, because what it will actually do is make it grow over. So, because it heals it so fast. So never put it in a deep wound, either one. Then we do a jewelweed salve. Jewelweed grows wild here in our area, and it actually takes the oils of poison oak, poison ivy off your skin. Now, if you wait till you're blistered from head to toe, it might help with the itch. But when you first catch it, it actually takes the oils off. But it does help with the itch. And me and my son used to have to get shots. And
I did too.
Yeah, and so after we found out about this, my cousin actually told me about the jewelweed, and I started researching and actually realized we had it growing here. And so when we figured out we had it growing here, I thought, I gotta make something out of that. So ever since then, we've not had any shots. We also do lip balm. We don't keep it all the time. We just do it off and on, just whenever I get the urge. But we usually do it natural, colored. But I have a lady at our church that she is allergic to the fish oil in lipstick, and so she had asked me about doing some with color. I've been guinea pigging a little bit. This is the first colored lip balm I've done, but it looks colored, but it's not dark enough on your lips yet. So I've still got a little bit of work to do on this. But I mean, it's good lip gloss or lip balm, but just I'm working on color.
Yeah, you gave me one of those, and it's amazing.
Thank
It's like
you.
I get really bad chapped lips, and that works really well. All right, so now you had offered to do a giveaway for the subscribers of our channel. So let's talk about what you are planning on giving away, and if you guys are interested in entering, what they need to do.
Okay, we are going to be giving away 2 soaps, a pocketbook size lotion, and one of the herbal salves. I'll probably do jewelweed because
We're entering into poison oak and poison ivy season, so that'll be a good one.
that's right. So this will be what you will get for the giveaway. And the way we are going to do it, we want you to go to my Facebook page, which
I'll leave the link in the description down below.
which is Heritage Hills Soaps, and I want you to like it and share it, and then just leave me a comment, and then we will be picking on I'm going to try to get this set up, and then we'll actually be picking the winner on the 26th, which will be a Friday, and then we'll be mailing it out to the lucky winner.
So go to her Facebook page. I'm going to leave the link in the description down below. Like and share. And then under one of her posts, which you're going to put a post that says for Guildbrook Farm subscribers, if you want to be entered, leave, let's do hashtag Guildbrook Farm, so that you know those are the comments that want to be entered. And one thing, guys, sorry, but you have to be from the continental U.S. Okay. So yes. International shipping is just terrible. So have to be from the continental U.S. So go to our Facebook page, like, subscribe, leave hashtag Guildbrook Farm under the post that says this is the giveaway, and then she will be choosing on this coming Friday, which is 1/26, and she'll let the winner know on her Facebook page. So that's important. Stay tuned to her Facebook page. She's going to let the winner know, or let the person who won on her Facebook page.
That's right.
All right.
So good luck.
But thank you guys so much for having us. We kind of were playing with your cows and your goats and the babies, and it was just wonderful. Thank you for having us over. It's always nice to see you, and for your advice that you've given, because that's going to be so important as we go down this adventure, and we're just building everything from scratch. So it's really good to hear input from people who've been doing it for a while. So thank you so much.
You're welcome, and you come back anytime.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. And if you like this kind of stuff, like, subscribe. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.